and he got booked. Once you get booked for a certain amount of drugs and then you go back on the street, and you trying to do that shit again, either you gonna get popped off or you an informant. They didn't want to take the chance with him being either one, or either him going back to jail or becoming an informant because he didn't know too much. So they like, nigga, we finna turn you into a rapper. That's literally, I watched this nigga documentary. He said that out of his own mouth. He wasn't a rapper. He was like, I was richer than most of these rappers before I even became a rapper. He wasn't rapping. He was selling drugs. He was a drug dealer.
Devil is a lie, looking for the prize. That's eternal life. You're bringing the chains in my mind. Talking real peace of mind.
What's up, YouTube fam? It's your boy KingMarcell, and we back with another video. I got one from Blackie Speaks, and it's called "Why Lil Baby Isn't Popular Anymore." The fall off of Lil Baby needs to have a case study because it went from, oh, he the new Drake stimulus package guy. It was called the Lil Baby stimulus package, to now nobody want to hear shit from his ass. I heard that his last project flopped. And the project before that flopped, and it's just going all bad for him. I honestly believe that Gunna was the writer over there for the YSL camp, and now they beefing with him. So now that they beefing with him, because it's crazy to me that Gunna came back out putting out the same type of music, and for some reason his career, even throughout all the turmoil, throughout all the threats, his career is still on an upward trajectory. But people like Baby and that Thugs, I just heard the song by Thug that just came out. It's ass. All this shit is ass. It's like, I feel like they writer is gone. And now they just, whoever they got writing their shit now, or if they just trying to write their shit themselves, it's not hitting the same. It don't got that same flavor to it. So it's just crazy to see his fall off, but it needs to happen. Like I said, we in the middle of the greatest war of hip hop ever, and it's literally like people are fighting for the essence of hip hop. And I feel like all this drill shit, all this bullshit, these niggas talking about drugs, selling drugs, killing each other, and all that shit is finna be put on the back burner. And we are seeing it right before our eyes. So it's just crazy. It's crazy to see. But we finna get into this video. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We on the road to 500 subscribers. So make sure you guys are summing up and joining the kingdom. But with that being said, let's get right into this one. Oh, yeah, already subscribed.
It's still mind-boggling when I go in there and rap, because it's like the same craft and the same hobby, and it turned serious.
Now, Lil Baby is a rapper who was on top just a few years ago. These days, Lil Baby is just not as popular as he used to be.
Nope.
What exactly happened to Lil Baby and his career? This is definitely one of the most relevant conversations in hip-hop right now. Now, what's going on with you today? So today I want to have a little conversation about what happened to Lil Baby, and did he fall off? So you see the clip I played you at the beginning of this video, which was an episode from Lil Yachty's podcast. He had Lil Baby on as a guest, and this interview has been making its way around the internet. Lil Baby spoke on a lot of things like his relationship with Gunna, which is non-existent according to him, which is obviously very unfortunate. He also spoke about the rap game, his career, the streets, which is of course very relevant to his career because Lil Baby is considered a street rapper. More specifically, I want to discuss something he said on this specific part right here.
Lil Baby was a trapper. That's what people gotta understand. He was a trapper for people like Thug and people, whoever they affiliated with, you know what I'm saying, out there in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what them niggas got going on out there. I just know that much. And he got booked. Once you get booked for a certain amount of drugs and then you go back on the street, and you trying to do that shit again, either you gonna get popped off or you an informant. They didn't want to take the chance with him being either one, or either him going back to jail or becoming an informant because he didn't know too much. So they like, nigga, we finna turn you into a rapper. That's literally, I watched this nigga documentary. He said that out of his own mouth. He wasn't a rapper. He was like, I was richer than most of these rappers before I even became a rapper. He wasn't rapping. He was selling drugs. He was a drug dealer. He became a rapper because he couldn't sell drugs no more. He got popped off. He was being watched by the feds. They knew him. That's what it was. So in knowing that, I'm knowing, come on, this nigga ain't writing this shit. Like, I don't give no fuck what Lil Baby say, G. A motherfucker come out and I could be in the studio session with this nigga and I'm watching him write some shit. I'm not gonna believe none of that shit, G. I'm gonna be like, nigga, you already know these songs from your real writer, and then you're writing it in front of me. I don't get no fuck, because it's like, bro, you can't tell me you were putting together those rhyme schemes and you had just started rapping, bro. Like you've been rapping like you've been practicing for the last 15 years of your life, bro. And you admit that you were never a rapper. You never wrote anything. You never did anything like that. So you had ghostwriters, bro. And I feel like the number one YSL ghostwriter, oh shit. The number one YSL ghostwriter was that nigga, what's that nigga name? Gunna. And ever since this beef been going on with Gunna and all this falling out with YSL and shit, they ain't got that nigga no more, man. So come on, what the fuck?
Career because Lil Baby is considered a street rapper. More specifically, I want to discuss something he said on this specific part right here.
And now I gotta watch what I say. I gotta watch what I do because I'm watching how society trying to do rappers. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they trying to do it because some rappers fuck it up for everybody. And it's like, damn, now I'm in this pool. So it's like harder for me to just go in there and rap how I used to rap. You know what I'm saying? That shit a whole different ball game.
So I can't play the entire clip, but Lil Baby on the first part was essentially talking about his career as it relates to why he's lost out on that fire in his belly. On one part, he spoke about being more conscious about what he says, which partially stems from him being a street rapper, because street rappers, as you guys know, they say a lot of things that could get him in trouble. We're going to talk about that aspect later on in the video. But one of the things it sounds like he was hinting at is that he's just not as hungry as he used to be. I'm sure a lot of people know who Lil Baby is, but Lil Baby is a rapper who's been doing it.
Shit don't sound the same
ever since 2018. That's really when Lil Baby became a known figure on a mainstream level. Ever since then, he's put out a lot of great records, some really great projects like My Turn, which came out during the pandemic in 2020. And 2020 was undeniably Lil Baby's year because that was the year that was
his last year too.
Popularity. Lil Baby was one of the biggest rappers in hip hop in 2020. I think most of us who paid attention know that. He was literally everywhere. He was one of the most streamed rappers of that year. A lot of his songs from that particular project did extremely well. My Turn in the end, I would say, became a trap/street classic. I still listen to that project, and I think it's definitely held its own weight for sure. And the numbers say the same. During that year, he also dropped The Bigger Picture, which was an extremely impactful rap song that reflected the times. Lil Baby turned into a conscious rapper for that one record, and the song was a really big moment because of everything that happened back then. Ever since 2020, which was the height of his popularity, like a lot of us know, Lil Baby is just not as hot as he used to be. Now, this is for several reasons, but the biggest reason I would say is because the quality of the music just isn't as good as it used to be. Quality is of course subjective, so you can agree to disagree, but the general consensus seems to be that Lil Baby just doesn't sound as good as he used to sound. Aside from the subjectivity, I would say that a lot of it has to do with the repetitiveness as far as the content in his music. Lil Baby is a street rapper who raps about the streets, guns, money, lifestyle, passion,
and niggas is just not feeling that shit right now. Ever since Kendrick came back out and he dropped Mr. Morale, it started with Mr. Morale. It was like, people started to self-reflect on themselves and not just themselves, the type of things that they was participating in, like rap music, certain type of rap music. The shit that people are talking about, they like, damn, am I evil? Like literally people were having deep self-reflections. Like, damn, I'm doing hella drugs, I'm popping pills, is this the way to go? Is this the way I'm supposed to be living? You got kids right now fucking spraying fucking poison in their mouth to get high. Motherfuckers like, is this it? Like, this what we came to? And it's creating a battle within people's subconscious. What have they been allowing in their subconscious and been running their lives? And it been niggas like this talking about bullshit and profiting off of it. And it's the fact people think that shit finna continue. The record labels keep thinking that they finna keep getting over on black people and fucking us over with this bullshit music. No, this is it. Kendrick drew that line, especially after last year. Kendrick drew that line in the sand. Either y'all on that side with hip hop or y'all on this side. But understand the two ain't mixing. The two can't coexist with each other no more. It can't. Because y'all been trying to push lyricism and a message out of the game since then they're Biggie and Tupac. The rap game has become pussy. And Kendrick stood on that. He like, no, the lyricist gonna take it back, G. And we don't get no fuck these niggas talking about drills and shit like that. Niggas been drilling before hip hop even got to that point where they was talking about it in songs. Niggas was just being smart about it. Niggas was just being smart about it. But now y'all just talking about it. But that don't mean that these lyricists ain't willing to get they hands dirty, bro. Or that they soft. Because I hate these narratives that because a nigga is speaking truth and believe in the art that he's putting out, that make him a bitch or that make him a hoe and that make him a nerd. Especially in the terms of Kendrick, even though we see the hood ties he got. The whole thing throughout the whole beef is that he's just a nerd. And DJ Academics kept saying, oh, he hiking up mountains and shit like that. Y'all niggas is so out the loop and so corny. Y'all finna get left in the past and y'all don't even see it. It's happening right before y'all eyes and y'all so delusional and egos are so up your ass, y'all can't even see it. It's crazy.
Getting out the mud, and he makes music that has a story to it, but it's more on the lit side, and that's exactly why I've always listened to Lil Baby. I don't know about you, but I don't listen to Lil Baby to hear about the political and economic state of the world. I listen to Lil Baby when I want to hear some turn up shit and get motivated, and I feel like that's relevant to most people. Lil Baby's content overall hasn't progressed all that much, but I would say that he still has his place in the game. I still listen to his music, just not as much as I used to. There's a lot of great artists that have came out ever since Lil Baby was very popular, especially street rappers. So there's a lot of options for people to choose from. And it seems like the general perception is that he's just not that guy right now. Although his last project didn't do all that bad. I mean, it did over 200,000 first week, which is solid numbers. But that was 2 years after he was going crazy, so it does make sense. Ever since then, Lil Baby hasn't dropped anything that's made a very big splash. Now, he was featured on that Central C record, Band for Band, which ended up becoming a really
hate
big
that song.
But it's, of course, not his song. And the perspective for a lot of people there seems to be Central C helped Lil Baby revive his career, which is a crazy thing to say.
That's wild. And that song is ass. I hate that fucking song. Take a look
at the numbers, Band for Band has been
we can go Band for Band, not that. We can go M for M. Like my girl, I hate fucking British rappers. She say that shit all the fucking time. All black, that shit ass. I just hate how other people, they have no fucking originality. They just gotta steal our shit. They just gotta steal our flow at every point, and then turn around and act like they not. Like all these foreign motherfuckers, like 21 Savage and fucking Drake and Central C. I don't like these niggas, G. Like these niggas is weird to me because again, y'all are from other places, but then y'all embody us, but then at the same time shit on us and try to act like y'all not, and then try to act like y'all better than niggas. Get the fuck up out of here. Like get the fuck up out of here.
Millions of
and is Central C even black? I just thought about that shit because all he be saying nigga and shit. He probably don't. But even like, is he even black? Like that shit is annoying. Like this shit is becoming annoying, bro.
He's a UK rapper. He also dropped a song in early 2022 called Right On, which I feel like is really underrated. That's probably one of the best songs he's dropped in a while. Aside from that, he was featured on that one Nav record alongside Travis Scott, and then at the end of 2023, dropped a 2-pack with a song called 350 and another one called Crazy. A few months ago, he was featured on Bossman D-Lo's song, he's a new successful name in the scene, called PJ, which is a banger, I like that joint. And then very recently, he dropped 2 songs that I think are worth listening to, Insecurities and 5 AM. Aside from that, Lil Baby hasn't made that big of a splash, and the conversation now is, did he fall off? This conversation was really relevant last summer because as some of you guys might remember, Lil Baby made headlines for canceling several dates on his upcoming tour, which was supposed to start, I believe it was in August 2023. Around 3 weeks before it kicked off, he essentially canceled multiple stops without explanation. In other words, he wasn't able to sell out those venues. This was a really big story back in 2023, and I feel like that's when the topic of his fall off became...
Because when we get to talking about buying streams, man, all these niggas been buying streams, see? And if these niggas labels ain't been telling them that, they did them a disservice. They did them a heavy disservice. But this nigga streams was being bought. That's another big element to all of this. The buying the streams and not telling the artist. Well, the artist knowing, but ego just so fucked up, they just thinking, hey man, we doing all these things, so hey, I'm that nigga. No, that don't mean that, nigga. That don't translate over. If you not actually getting these listeners, then actual people won't show up because the actual people aren't listening to the fucking song. It's bots. And it don't matter how many bots you throw on the motherfucking song. That's not going to change the perception and the traction. That's what's blowing me with Drake trying to say that Kendrick had bots on Not Like Us. Regardless on if he had bots on Not Like Us or not, we like the song. People are going to show up to the concert because they actually like the song, regardless on if he got bots or not on it. But as for a nigga like Baby, you got bots on your shit, bro, and it's more bots than it is actual people listening to it. There's no way that's going to translate into actual asses and seats. It's not going to happen that way, by guy. This is just simple mathematics. And motherfuckers been getting over tricking people into going to these concerts and shit for a while. But what's the difference now? What's the big shift from 2019 to now? Motherfuckers is broke. Literally, the economy is fucked. So y'all think that illusion is going to stand, even though the illusion behind the United States not even running well right now? It's fucking asinine. That's why he canceled the dates. Nobody's feeling the music. You're buying bots, and the bots that you think that are actual views on the songs, they're not. They're bots, and those aren't asses that's going to be able to come to that show. That isn't people who are going to pay for that show. Then you got to think too. People are going to pay more for the cheaper seats than the more expensive ones. And that be these artists' problem too. They want to sell them flow seats. If anything. But if you just got a show full of nosebleeds, that's why he canceled.
A conversation. These days, people aren't checking for him like they used to, and it does make sense. This is not even necessarily a reflection of the fact that he's completely let himself go, because I still think Lil Baby has his place in the game. I mean, like I said, he recently dropped
for how long
that I've had on repeat personally. So clearly he still got it.
I ain't listened to a Lil Baby song from this year, none this year, literally.
Are changing. Ever since the pandemic, a lot of rappers and artists who were hot during that era are just not talked about anymore.
Yep.
Although streaming has dominated the music industry for over the last decade, a lot of the rappers...
And another nigga that was saving these niggas was Dirk, getting on these niggas' songs. But Dirk locked up too. So what the fuck are y'all niggas gonna do? Like creatively with your music, what are you gonna do? I don't see what, especially now there's this divide in hip hop too. Now half the niggas you can't work with. It's like, what y'all niggas gonna do? Because you can't work with new artists now to try to switch up your sound and draw in a new fan base because you beefing with niggas. You want to beef with the lyrical niggas. So it's like you can't reinvent yourself now. So it's like, where's the progression? Where's the change? Where's the reformulating yourself and re-engineering yourself and taking things to a new heights? I don't see that for Baby. I think that's the end.
Era have seen a significant decline, and that includes Lil Baby. A lot of it, I think, has to do with how fickle music is now, and if you're not an artist who talks about things that actually matter in the real world on a consistent basis, personally, I don't think you're gonna stick as much as the person who does cover those.
Because you're doing a disservice to us. You're just trying to get money from us, sir. You don't give a fuck about us for real. You don't give a fuck about the politics or the things that us poor black people are going through. You just trying to take more money from us too. You just trying to keep us diluted with the status quo so that you can steal from us too. And niggas is tired of that shit. Niggas is tired of having genuine ass niggas in front of them, claiming that they for them, but all they doing is robbing them too. And then in the streets killing their family members and shit too. That shit is done. It's over with. The party is dead.
This is, of course, not always the case, right? But a lot of those rappers who may not be that relevant to the majority of hip-hop fans, like NF is a good example who we spoke about in that Lil Baby video from 2023, a lot of guys like that are literally selling out arenas just like that. I mean, a guy like NF sold out 20K people for multiple stops during his last tour. And most hip-hop fans would definitely consider him irrelevant. Now, NF is a very different case, and I've
never heard a song by this nigga. But yeah, he running shit. Y'all letting this nigga run shit.
As an example,
fuck out of here.
It highlights that relevancy within the conversation of hip-hop isn't always the most important thing. What's more important than that is that you connect with your fan base. And for someone like Lil Baby, I think a lot of the hype surrounding him and his name has been generated by the music industry, the blogs, and not as fan-driven as it should be. That's why you don't tend to meet die-hard Lil Baby fans. I mean, ask yourself this question: when was the last time you met someone who said, I'm a diehard fan of Lil Baby? It's almost like they don't exist, which of course they do. It's just that certain artists thrive heavily on a cult-like fan base, while other artists are more propelled by general hype that then feeds into an audience. In the end, it all leads to a fan base, but the question is, what kind of fan base does it lead to? Now, when that base isn't fan driven, what tends to happen is you have a situation like this. You're at the top of the world for a year or two, and 3 years later, they're saying that you fell off, which has reflected itself in the numbers, so it's not coming out of nowhere. There is a lot of validity to that statement. However, from another angle, the good thing about someone like Lil Baby is that he still has a track record of consistency. On top of the work he's already
Nah, he just got money.
He
And that's the thing too, we gotta stop with that consistency shit with, no, he just got money. He has a machine that's willing to throw money into him, because what other choice do they have right now? Because I gotta think, who really over there on what's the fucking record label this nigga signed to? QC. Who else do QC got other than Baby and the Migos? If neither of these niggas work, what do they got? Gunna. But they don't want Gunna. Right? Right? They finna try to boast Thug back up, right? But when that don't work, because it's not finna work, what are they gonna do? Like, what is QC and them niggas over there in Atlanta finna do? Future even falling off. Motherfuckers ain't even trying to hit Future mumble mouth fast no more. It's like, what are these Atlanta niggas finna do? They don't know. So they finna turn all their energy into trying to get Kendrick up out of here, because they think that's the problem, is Kendrick. Not understanding, it don't even matter if y'all kill Kendrick. Y'all just gonna light the fire under lyricists that's going to totally smut out the rest of y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, y'all are totally missing it. And we just finna see how it play out, man.
And to be fair, you know, this is another.
I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all the keys. I'm giving y'all the blueprints of the shit. But motherfuckers don't want to believe that this is what's happening.
Hit all those new listeners.
All right, man.
Lil Baby like he's a new artist, which is the dope thing about being a musician. You can be globally famous and still sometimes be unknown to certain pockets in certain demographics. Another aspect of this conversation as it relates to Lil Baby is the streets. Street rappers are slowly losing a grip on a culture, which is something I'm going to talk about soon. But Lil Baby actually kind of touched on this during his conversation with Lil Yachty.
This shit real. I seen him. I watch Young Thug try every day. I seen him. You really use stuff against him that don't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that right there could scare you. And then I'm one of them guys who I'm like pretty hands on, like, but that could be you.
It is finna be him. That was finna be him. That's why he switched up and stopped calling himself the 4PF shit and changed the name of the label and shit, so that they couldn't bring him to court on those things. Like, come on, you. But again, they talk to motherfuckers and they talk in these interviews, not expecting y'all to know the game. I'm gonna give y'all the keys. This nigga playing in y'all face, bro. No, y'all, these niggas was talking about bullshit and they rap shit that they was really doing. And because the judge and the law system started looking into that shit for y'all being done, y'all trying to be like, no, that's my art. What the band, isn't it? Nigga, that shit shouldn't have been art. That, like, what the fuck? Y'all talking about murdering your own people, putting drugs in your own people's communities, and was actually doing it. It's not that it was a fucking rap, nigga. You said it yourself. I was a drug dealer before I was rapping. You niggas are not it, bro. And it's the fact y'all think y'all finna keep staying around, bleeding us dry, giving us a half-ass product, not performing for real on stage, mumbling, drunk as hell. Like, come on. Niggas is not finna keep paying money for something that is supposed to be art. That's not art, bro. Y'all been giving us bullshit. And then you get mad at niggas like Kendrick for actually being what he say he is, an artist. Like, come on, this shit is weird, bro. You niggas is weird, bro. Get y'all asses out the fucking way, bro.
The guys he once called peers getting locked
for real.
Like Thug, who's of course out now, but Lil Baby's actually reevaluating the things he's saying in his records now. And this is a very real thing because the feds, right? I'm sure we all know this, but they watching
to
hip hop right
they
now.
Always watching.
Are still committing crimes and rapping about
like idiots. The feds, they tell us they know the feds watching. And still doing this shit though, like the shit done. My girl just pointed out one of Jay-Z and them the Carter's old song, right? What's the name of that song, babe? Nice. The song Nice. And how literally Jay-Z in the song is saying, I'm drug trafficking. And after all this drug trafficking, now y'all want to pay attention a while. The arrogance. Then you want to know he turned the comments off on the video now. But in the song said he wasn't scared. He ain't never going to jail. But he moving like he's scared if he gonna go to jail, right? With these lawyers and shit. He moving like he's scared. Like, come on. These niggas gotta get the fuck out the way, bro.
Look at Lil Durk, who's currently
dead ass.
Lil Baby is in the same boat where people expect him to be on a certain type of energy, and he's feeling the pressure of that. And this is such a big aspect of his career because of the pocket we put him in.
No. It's not the pocket we put him in. We didn't put this nigga in shit. We didn't tell this nigga to do none of this shit at all. We didn't put him in this pocket. He put himself in this motherfucking pocket. He put himself in that pocket. We didn't do none of that shit. We just watched. We didn't do this, bro. We didn't do this. We listened to the music. He made it. Period, bro. We didn't do this to this nigga. We didn't do none of this shit to none of these niggas. We didn't tell none of these niggas to do none of this shit, bro. They was only in it for themselves. They didn't give a fuck what he did to our communities. As long as they came up. And now that they dealing with the consequences of that, oh no, we put them in that. We shined that light on them. We didn't do a goddamn thing. I know I didn't. I ain't taking the blame for that. Y'all goofy niggas can let these niggas make that seem like that. Oh, I'll have the money. No, you made a conscious decision to make the type of music and live the type of lifestyle you chose to live. And whatever consequences come with that is on you. People make choices, but people don't want to deal with the consequences behind them. That's some cowardly shit. That's some bullshit. Dead ass.
Can be understood. For someone like Lil Baby, he grew up in the exact environment he's rapping about. And obviously he feels torn between keeping it real and saying just enough so the feds can destroy him. And this is something he's been talking about in his music for the last 2 years. On the intro of his last album, he said the following: "Nowadays ain't no time for me to kick it. Business too intensive. They gonna say that I've been acting different. I'm beyond their mental. I moved on from slang and drugs and pistols. Can't be thinking simple." And then on the song,
and that's facts. And I respect that more. But again, when you've already built, like he said, the space that he's trying to say we put him in, he put himself in that space. Now you're doing a whole 360. You was talking about the guns and the drugs and shit. Now you're trying to talk down about it. Now people looking at you like you're a hypocrite. That's what that is. But my thing is that if that's really the move, the trajectory you on, then reinvent yourself like that. I would give you props to that. I might even give you a listen, nigga. But you can't be mad at the people who choosing to turn you off because you're changing. You're deciding to change. Because you see, if you keep going down the path that you're going down, you're going to either end up dead or in jail. And I'm glad that you had that realization, like real talk. But then you can't then blame people for not wanting to transition with the music with you, because you prop this music up and they holding you to this standard over here now. Now that you try to come over here, you mad that it's not translating? Come on,
feds on my trail.
These are niggas' choices.
I got lawyers behind me. I'm ready to tell them come on. So Lil Baby is very aware of what's going on. It doesn't actually take a lot for a lot of these street rappers to catch a RICO case, believe it or not. A lot of these guys have in their past committed crimes that could put them behind bars.
Yeah, exactly.
So for them, all it takes is for the police to start investigating in the right places and for them to start asking questions to the right people. So it's a very slippery slope because this is part of the reason why Lil Baby is where he is. And if he has to sit there and think about every single thing that he says as it relates to rapping about the lifestyle that he raps about, that's obviously going to affect the quality of his music, because the quality of his music partially is dependent on how real he keeps it. It's the same with Lil Durk. I mean, if Durk was not putting out real life hits, would Durk be as popular as he is? Probably not. Actually, his music wouldn't even be that good if you keep it real. So
like real talk.
Along with the change.
Because motherfuckers, because if you was just talking about killing motherfuckers that in a situation that wasn't really happening, your ass was gonna go away fast. The only reason motherfuckers was listening to these niggas is because they was living their raps, right? People thought of it as entertainment. It was like a fucking gunslayer movie. They thought these niggas live in movies. But no, these were nightmares for people. That's what y'all gotta understand. People were actually dying. Drugs were actually being sold. People were actually overdosing. Motherfuckers are actually dying behind this music that they are talking about. And y'all motherfuckers thought this was gonna last? Because don't get me wrong, the industry want it to last. They want these stupid niggas to keep doing this shit and keep fucking up and going to jail, this and that. But You thought the people were gonna let it last? Like dead ass. You thought the people were gonna allow this to keep going on? Because that's where the power really lies, with the people. And that's what this is proving. Niggas is tired of that shit, bro. It's over with. Find a different stick. Find a different lane, nigga. Because this shit is dead. And I've been telling y'all this shit since the beef started. I'm like, this the death of that type of music. And people was in my comments saying, oh, I'm just a Kendrick stan. I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, y'all are going to continue to see the fall off from this type of music. Now, people trying to say hip hop is dead, this and that. No, it's not. Hip hop is about to become more alive than it's ever been, ever. Because it's going to be back pure. It's turned into some evil, wild ass shit for a minute. But I feel like hip hop is about to move into its golden age. And we witnessing it.
And the abundance of rappers and him not having as much hype as he used to just in general because of the music. And we have the situation he's currently in. Personally, to me, it's kind of clear why Lil Baby isn't as popular as he used to be. But what do you think? Overall, I don't think Lil Baby is finished. He still got it. I do have
just a little more. Ain't gonna lie. I give Lil Baby another year or two. Then we not gonna be really hearing from him like that.
Replicating a moment in time
like for real
is a very hard thing to do. In general, though, it's really easy to tell that he's lost that grip he used to have. And I think that's partially why he's more open to doing media appearances. Obviously, he's way more well-spoken these days than he used to be.
No, that's not. No, the reason why he's doing media appearances and shit now, because that's just how much the numbers fell off. He was in his ego. He didn't have to do these interviews back then. He was busting. He didn't need to go do these promotions. He didn't have to go and promote an album or if he had a song coming out, a single or something. He didn't have to go on no motherfucking radio show to go and get that shit out there. He was somebody who just uploaded and watched the numbers do what they do. But now he has to, because he's starting to see them numbers not looking the same, bro. That money ain't coming in the same. And if that money ain't coming in the same, how you gonna keep hiding that other money? Because that's what it's really about. How you gonna keep hiding that other money, that real money, if this money ain't coming in the right way? That's what's really going on. That's why he doing these interviews. That's why he want to go and talk to Yachty and these motherfuckers. If his numbers was doing good, it would still be the same Lil Baby. It would just be dropping. But no, now he feel like, oh no, I do got to do the regular artist press stuff and what the band. Why? Because you falling off, nigga. Kendrick ain't got to do it. Kendrick choose to. This nigga got to. It's a difference.
Off of being cool, because that's how a lot of street rappers maintain their success. Now for Lil Baby to actually go past this point that he's currently at, he's probably going to have to win over the casual listener by showing more of himself, so those people can then become a part of his core audience. Anyway, if you made it this far, that means that you enjoyed it.
It's like what core audience?
Drop a like on it. And
like Kendrick said, why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. These niggas ain't never gave us nothing to believe in, man. Who wanna genuinely core bond themselves to him or any of these other drill rappers? When we see niggas like YM Melly fucking kill their own friends. That's what that music is about. No loyalty, no trust, no nothing. Just in for yourself. Just straight demons. They literally call themselves demons. I give Lil Baby another year and a half, 2 at the most. And he is then going to be one of those mixtape artists, G. Sad to say. It ain't sad to say. Because again, people made their choices. They got a lie in the bed that they slept in, that they built. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Do you guys think Lil Baby can change the trajectory of his career and make a comeback and go back to being that #1 dude? Or do y'all think that it's then over for the boy? But with that being said, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and join the kingdom. But with that being said, KingMarcell out. Peace.